Welcome to We Need to Talk Now, presented by AT&T. And y'all, I am so excited because we have such an amazing guest today, straight off of her Olympic gold medal win, Team USA surfer, Caroline Marks. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, a little birdie told me that you may or may not have your gold medal. Do you have it with you and can we see it?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my gosh. Look at how beautiful. Wow.
Shining.
Seriously. I just got so geeked.
So
So
cool.
excited. How heavy is it?
It's actually really heavy. It's a lot heavier than I thought. I think it's a piece of the Eiffel Tower, so it's pretty sweet.
Oh, that is amazing. Wow. It
Yeah.
sounds like there's a lot that went into that gold medal, so we'll definitely have to look at all those facts, but let's start off with the gold medal round. I mean, how exciting on so many levels. It kind of felt like a series of ups and downs. The swell kind of started off giving a little bit of nothing, and then it picked up within the last 10 to like 15 minutes of the heat. How do you navigate something like that when you're in the water and you know that you're going for gold?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, definitely like our sport, we rely on Mother Nature. And, obviously that day we knew it was going to be finals day, but they did have enough time to kind of put the event on hold. And we woke up and the waves were a lot smaller than we thought, but we knew it was like a rising swell, but no one really knew how quick it was coming. It was kind of like a day that no one really knew what it was exactly going to be like. And then once they called it on, the first couple rounds were like, pretty tough. The waves are pretty slow. And then it was like starting to get a lot better. But yeah, that's just like the beauty of our sport. You kind of like wake up, you never really know exactly what it's going to be like. But thankfully, like I think the last, like the medal rounds, the wave started to get better, which was like ideal. And yeah, it was overall just like an incredible day. So yeah.
Well, you said you never really know with Mother Nature, but you were able to get a solid 7.5 ride ahead of Tatiana Weston Webb. Did that help you as much as like make, or did it help you make the decisions when it came to selecting your waves?
Yeah, I mean, that was like a huge. I mean, that was like the wave that helped me win. That was like a great way to start. It was like, yeah, it was like the highest score of the heat, so that was like a huge moment. In the start of our heat, the waves are pretty slow, so to like start off with like a really good score was like huge. And then like the second half of the heat kind of got like a little bit like sketchier. I'd say like we were kind of battling for like smaller scores, and she got like one decent wave, and then I was trying to like find a backup, and then I got a wave right at the end and fell at the end of the barrel, and then she had a wave behind me, so it was like really exciting. It came down to the wire, and but yeah, I mean, definitely like once you have like a really good score, you're kind of like instantly like wanting another one. But it was tough because the time was winding down and the waves are slow, and you want to wait for a good one, but you also like want to back it up. So it's like a really fine line, and that's I think where you really have to trust your instincts and try to make the right decision.
Well, after that final horn blew, there was like a little bit of time of like waiting to see what those scores were, to see what was going on, to see what her final score rather was going to be. What was going through your mind during that moment?
Yeah, I mean, it was like so crazy. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like the biggest moment of like my career, maybe like right now coming out of the score. And it's like pretty wild because like, I saw like a little bit of her wave, but I didn't really see the whole thing. And I actually didn't know exactly what she needed. I knew she needed something in like the fours, but I didn't know like exactly the score she needed. I was like duck diving waves, so I didn't really know exactly, but yeah, I mean, we were both kind of looking at each other with our hands up, like, did you win? Did I win? Like, we didn't know. And then we realized we were waiting for the score. And then, yeah, there's like a funny reaction photo of me when I like found out like that I, came away with the gold, and I was just like so excited and just like, yeah, like so much emotion, and just kind of, went into tears and happy, like tears of joy, and just was like, oh my gosh, like best moment ever. It's pretty crazy.
Best moment ever. I mean, I just can't even imagine, finding out that you won the gold. I know that you said it was a best moment, but what other things were going through your mind? I mean, I would have to imagine there's a lot that was happening.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was just kind of like thinking about like my family, and like just seeing them, like having them a part of that moment was like so huge for me. And I believe what makes our journey so special is sharing with people you love, and to like look your parents in the eye after you just won a gold medal is just like, I don't think anything can ever top that. So Yeah, I was just like thinking about them and thinking about my like my brothers at home, and I was just like thinking about like how like stoked they were. So and just kind of like every single moment that helped me get there, I was just like, wow, like look how far we've come. Like you should be so proud of yourself, kind of thing. So yeah.
Well, another special moment that happens that a lot of people don't really understand what is happening specifically is you get raised up by your team. Can you talk a little bit about that and what that moment is like, especially when it comes to just the world of surfing?
Yeah, so like a tradition in surfing when you win the competition, it's called like getting chaired up the beach, and whoever's in your support crew. For me, it was like my coach Luke Egan and Shane Dorian, and then someone carries your board behind you and they carry you up the beach. You're not supposed to touch. Like I was actually getting carried up on a floating dock, which I've never done before. Usually it's over sand, so that was like pretty cool. But the tradition is not to touch like the sand or like the whatever. They carry you up to the stage, so they carried me all the way up to the point, and it's just like a tradition we do in surfing, and yeah, something we do that's pretty cool.
Oh, I love it. I love those types of traditions. There's another thing that you did that a lot of people wouldn't necessarily understand if they don't know a lot about surfing is you brought 32 boards, I hear, to the
Not quite 32. I
Oh,
probably
okay.
about like 20, but there were a
Well,
lot,
listen,
a lot. Yeah.
that is a lot. Why do you bring so many boards with you?
Yeah, so well, first off, like Chopu's a wave of consequence. It's really easy to break boards.
Mm,
It's really easy to damage them. You also want different sizes for different conditions. So my range of boards is a 5'6" board all the way to a 6'2" board. So that's like a huge wide range, and you also want backups to your favorites. So I kind of bring like two of each, and that adds up really fast. And I'm kind of the person that rather be over prepared than under prepared. And we were there early training, and obviously for the event, the last thing you want is to not have the right equipment. So yeah, I brought a lot of boards, and yeah, that's why we bring so many, because you can break them. You just want all the options. You never want to like not have enough equipment there. So yeah.
well, you got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready, right? And you were
Exactly.
definitely ready. You were
Yeah.
ready to win that gold. What has it been like in the days since you've won it?
It's been crazy, like not much sleep. Definitely been a lot of media. I had one dinner with like some close friends and my parents, which was like really special. But I won the gold medal, did like tons of media, had dinner with my family, packed all my bags, left at 3 a.m. the next morning to the airport, flew home, and then had one day at home. Then I'm in New York now, and I leave to Paris tonight. So that's been my life since the gold medal. But it's all been really fun. It's been a whirlwind, but it's been really fun. And I'm really stoked to go to Paris. I've never been there, so should be awesome.
Definitely going to be awesome and awesome to enter with that gold medal in your hand. What are you looking forward to the most in Paris?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's gonna be really cool to meet other athletes, and yeah, just walk in the clothing ceremony. I didn't get to experience that in Tokyo, so I'm really excited. It'll be a new experience. I think I'll be able to like catch a couple. I think I'm gonna go watch the soccer match tomorrow night when I land, so I'm like super excited for that, to watch other sports, and just to like see the Eiffel Tower. Like I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna go tourist mode. Like I've never been there, so I'm just like excited for it all. So yeah.
That's amazing. Who are you hoping to meet? Like, if you could meet like one person or one athlete, who would you want to meet there?
I would love to meet Simone Biles. Would be really cool. LeBron James would be sweet, but I feel like anyone would be cool, just to like see them would be awesome. But yeah, if I got to meet Simone Biles, would be sweet.
Oh man, it'd be sweet for anyone to meet her. I would love to meet her myself. I would love to meet her myself. Well, when it comes to, you kind of spoke about Tokyo a little bit. When it comes to Tokyo, you were one of the American women to qualify for the Tokyo Olympics in 2020, with Carissa Moore taking gold. And in those Olympics, she took gold, and now she's your American counterpart in these Olympics, with you now winning the gold this time around. What has it been like getting to have the Olympic experience and journey alongside her?
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, Carissa's been such a huge role model to me, and it's really cool to say now that I've been to 2 Olympics with her. And like you said, I got to witness her winning the gold medal, which was like really inspiring for me. And she's been such an amazing like person to me, and so cool. And she's not only such a great surfer, but yeah, she's got such a big heart and such a great person. And that's what I love most about her. So this is also the last event she is, I think, like announced retirement. And so that was really cool to like experience that with her, and to be there with her and be around her energy was awesome. So I'm just, yeah, stoked I can like carry the torch and bring the medal back to America.
Well, and speaking of bringing the medal back to America, this is the second year in a row that we've won gold at surfing at the Olympics, and it's definitely, that means in the 2 years that it's been there, we've dominated in a lot of ways. How has it felt knowing that you're a part of that? And now that you have a gold medal, that you solidified your name in Olympic surfing.
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, it's honestly like all my biggest dreams. Like, it's all my dreams coming true. It's pretty amazing. So, I feel like my name's a part of a list now. I'm really honored to be on that list of people that have gold medals. So it's a really special feeling, and it's pretty wild to say those words out loud. So it's just like pretty surreal moment.
Absolutely. And you're not the youngest that competed, I think, this time around, but you were at the Tokyo Olympics. How did that experience as the youngest surfer at that time help you with this time around as a gold medalist?
Yeah, it was huge. I think obviously Tokyo is the first time surfing was ever the Olympics. So it was really new. I don't think any of us really knew exactly what to expect. And we also were in the middle of a pandemic, so we couldn't really have any support from home, which looking back, I think that was hard. And that was one of the things I noticed about this year's Olympics is having that like family support was so big and so awesome. And obviously I feel like there's been a lot of personal growth for me since Tokyo. I'm a couple years older now. I'm more experienced now. I just feel like have had a lot of personal growth, which has been huge, and just feel like in a really good headspace, and mentally and physically feel like I'm in a really good space. So, yeah.
Well, speaking of, mentally and physically being in a good space, you've had such a career to this point. It's crazy because you're only 22 years old to even say that, but becoming the youngest woman to compete in the World Surf League, to winning your first title last year and now winning the gold. I feel like all of your biggest moments in your career have come with like a break in surfing for your mental health. Can you kind of speak to the importance of that and how it's added to your success that you've had?
Yeah, it's huge. I think for me, like surfing's always kind of been this thing that's such a release and so fun, and like just like the coolest thing ever. And I think when something means so much to you, and obviously you want to do so good and you put so much pressure on yourself, sometimes that can kind of get to you, and sometimes I can take away the fun out of it if you're so like live and die by every single result. And it's really hard not to do that because it means so much and you want to do good so bad. And so, yeah, I kind of just found myself in a funky place. I have been a professional I grew up on the World Championship Tour, and that sometimes can be hard. And sometimes you think you're indestructible at 15, and then you get to like 18 or 19, you're like, whoa, like I've kind of been through a lot, and I think that all that pressure sort of maybe got to me. And, I was a little bit lost, a little bit confused, and I kind of really relied on my family and my friends and people around me for advice, because I wasn't really sure what to do, and I think the time away really helped. And I didn't like surfing wasn't quite as fun to me in that moment, and I've never had that feeling before. It's always been like my release and always been so fun, and that's why I started surfing, because it brings me so much joy. And I kind of lost that a little bit, and so I was like, okay, like something's off here, because it's never ever felt that way like that for me. And so I think it's really important to have your mental health in check, and I kind of just needed to take time away. And I'm really glad I recognized that. As hard as it was in the moment, it's not something I wanted to do, but I'm really glad I did that. And it really shaped me to be the person I am today, and really helped me a lot. And obviously I have so much to learn, and I don't think that's the last hard thing that I'm going to go through, that's for sure. But I feel like it's made me a lot stronger, and I'm really thankful for that. So to have like so much joy in surfing now, and just really just love it so much, and also do it as my career, feels really good. And I'm just really proud to say that and be in that place again.
Yeah. Do you think, listening to you and how much of an impact that has had, do you think working on your mental health should be just as important as any other part of your training for any
Yeah,
athlete?
for sure. And it's mental health. It's an interesting subject, because sometimes you feel like secluded and no one feels the way you're feeling. And sometimes it feels like you can't talk about it. And sometimes you can take vulnerability as like a weakness, but I actually think it's really powerful. And I kind of had to learn that because as an athlete, you know, sometimes you don't want to show weakness. You don't want to show like, oh, I'm not doing that great. And it's kind of hard to open up sometimes because you don't want to show that side of you. But at the same time, you know, like I said, I kind of was like, oh no, it's powerful to just like, you know, say how you feel. And so many people can relate. And I know Simone took time away. She's someone that's really inspired me. She took time away from Tokyo and came back this year and won everything again. So that's like so inspiring. And it just kind of shows you like, hey, it's okay to take time away if that's what you need to do. Like it's all good and it's totally okay to talk about it. And yeah, I think it's really important. And your mental health has to be in check in order to perform well. So yeah, I think it's super important.
Well, inspiring words, and definitely anyone who hears them. I know there's somebody out there listening to this interview that needed those words about mental health. So I really appreciate you being vulnerable and talking about that for sure. Given all that you've accomplished, even taking that time out for yourself with your mental health to winning this gold medal, how would you describe this last year of your life?
Oh, it's crazy. Like, I'm like, wow, the last 12 months of my life have been like the best, like the best times of my career and the best times of my life and the most fun of my life. So it's pretty incredible. Yeah, I've just been having a lot of fun and accomplishing all my biggest and wildest dreams. So it's been incredible. That's all I gotta say. It's just been incredible.
Incredible indeed. Well, I am not going to ask you the question that everybody does about like what's next up in surfing, because I don't even want to know. You just accomplished something amazing. You can breathe. We're not going to talk about that. But what about just in life? Like what's up next for you besides Paris?
Yeah, so actually, I do have a lot going on. You know, we are competing on the World Championship Tour, and I know you didn't ask me about surfing, but this is what's going on in my life. So after Paris, I am going to Fiji like 2 days later to compete again. And then in September, hopefully competing for a world title. They take the top 5 qualification, and I'm in second right now, so it's looking good, but still have one more event to go. So my goal is to defend my world title again in September. So yeah, still work to be done for the rest of the year. And then after, you know, my off season, I really just want to spend a lot of time with family and friends, see my dog. I really miss my dog. And just, you know, hopefully go on surf trips and just enjoy time with friends and family before the next season again.
Well, you definitely deserve it all. I want you to have a blast in Paris. Obviously, the best of luck into all the competitions that you're having coming up. But before you leave and go, I just have a really quick rapid fire that we like to do with everyone.
Let's do it.
So here we go. So favorite wave?
Oof. Lower trestles.
Okay. Something that you can't live without?
Something I can't live without. I was about to say my phone. That's terrible. My surfboard. My family. My family. I can't live without my family.
I like the family.
That's more like it.
Yes. But you definitely do need your surfboard too. So
I
that's
do.
valid. It's valid. How many surfboards do you have?
A lot more than I can count. I'm spoiled.
Favorite pregame meal?
Favorite steak.
Favorite way to celebrate?
Hanging out with all my friends and dancing.
Favorite sport outside of surfing?
Oof. Probably like favorite sport to watch or like to do.
Both. Give me an answer for both.
Yeah, I don't really like do surfing. Like is my like everything. I'm trying to actually. I really want to learn how to golf in this off season. It's one of my goals, but I wouldn't say that's like I'm not very good. So, well, but that's a work in progress. As far as watching, I think it's really cool to watch basketball.
Well, what athlete do you look up to?
Probably Simone Biles the most.
Would you say she's your favorite female athlete, or just?
I would say so. Yeah.
Okay. Your go-to pre-surf music.
Go-to pre-surf music. It's kind of hard. It depends like what mood I'm in. Like if I'm like trying to get excited for like a heat, maybe some like rap or like Nelly Furtado. Man Eater was a song I was listening to before I went out for my gold medal match, which is interesting, but I don't know. So yeah, probably some like hype music.
Well, listen, the song works, so I'm put that in my playlist. Dream vacation destination.
Oh, I really want to go to Italy. It'd be really cool. Or Alaska.
Ooh,
I'll
Italy or
start
Alaska
naming
too?
more places. I know that's really different, but I don't know. I want to do it all.
Well, you can do it all, and honestly, in my eyes, you have done it all. So I just really, really want to just say that I'm proud of you. USA is proud of you. Everybody is proud of you for getting that gold medal. And honestly, I'm particularly proud of you for just making sure that your mental health is good amongst everything that you do. So thank you so much for just taking the time out to be with us today. It was a pleasure. And thank you for showing us your gold medal because that was like the first time I've really seen one. So I appreciate it.
Super good. Yeah, thanks so much for taking the time, and yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it was definitely fun. And to everyone, make sure that you subscribe, like, comment, and share. We want to stay connected with you so you'll know when we have amazing interviews just like this one the next time. So until next time, we're out, both of us. She going to Paris.
I am.